I have invested over $100,000 in one small cap AI stock, pure play AI stock that nobody really knows about. Okay. They are revolutionizing the way that AI is used in commerce with over 50 different partnerships with different companies, over $50 billion of transactional volume since they launched their product earlier this year. Technically 3 different products, but it's essentially retail AI. They have grander ambitions to get into the AI services market. They just launched that business within the last month. That is a $500 billion market opportunity. And they have even larger ambitions to integrate crypto into everyday payments at, yes, online retail places like a Nike store, let's say, but also brick and mortar, like in person, using your card to transact with crypto for instant settling. I could go on and on about this, why I'm bullish on the company, but in fact, we woke up today and the stock is up 15%. Here's the kicker. For no reason. None. No reason. The stock I'm talking about is Rezolve AI. Okay. Now, if you've been a frequent flyer of this channel for a while, the last time that I went, quote unquote, all in on a stock was Nebius Group when they got relisted at like $22 a share. Okay. Could I be wrong about Rezolve? Of course. And it's important that you do your own research. But Nebius is at $72 a share today. We hit that one on the head. And I think we are mid-process of hitting the next one on the head. Now, here in this video, I am going to go over everything you need to know with Rezolve AI. I view this stock as a 10, 20, 30x opportunity for various different reasons. Number one, they have virtually no competition at this stage. Number two, there's no reason why every online company would not partner with Rezolve. Like, why would you not partner with Rezolve? That makes zero sense to not partner. Okay. Number three, very high insider ownership. Like 40% of shares are owned by insiders. Some people are speculating that they are out now buying the stock since the de-SPAC restrictions do not allow for insider buying. That ended on August 17th. Now they have the ability to buy the stock. Okay, so high insider ownership, you are aligned with shareholders. Okay, now another reason why I'm essentially all in on this company is because it's trading at a fraction of the valuation of other pure play AI stocks, simply because it's not a well-known stock. Now, another reason why I'm all in on this company is Citadel just bought 7% of shares at about $2.50, which was essentially a zero premium. They essentially went out and just bought shares on the open market. That's like the equivalent, okay? They didn't get a deal. They didn't get a discount. So yeah, when you put all of this together, it's a very compelling longer term or medium term thesis on owning the company. A lot of you guys are familiar with this stock if you're a viewer of this channel. Now, everyone's going to be wondering why this stock is up 15% today. And while I cannot provide a definitive answer to this, I can tell you in my best experience one thing. Number one, there is no specific news. But number two, when you see a stock move like this for no reason, up 14.63% right now, there is a reason. There is always a reason, okay? Always a reason. We just do not know about that reason yet. Could it be insider buying? Sure. Could that be, having an effect today? Of course. I don't think it's solely insider buying. I think there is news coming for Rezolve AI. Now, here's the deal. Me and my team, me and the trading group have been in contact with the company. Okay. We were trying to get an interview set up on this channel, and we're still in the process of that. Okay. But in the meantime, we've asked them about earnings. Okay. Because a lot of people, see the expected earnings date on Robinhood, and it's changed from like August, I don't know, 21st to August 28th, or 26th, or whatever the latest date is. Like, the dates have come and went, and we have not got earnings. The company has not confirmed their earning date. Okay. In an email with the company said that they are doing bi-yearly updates for right now. They just launched their product in the beginning of this year. Okay. So they've essentially indicated to us at some time in October, we should get that second update. Okay. That bi-yearly update or whatever. Okay. Now, judging off of this kind of a move, it seems like we might get some surprise news, like a surprise guidance raise before we get that bi-yearly update. That is, to me, what looks to be getting kind of priced into the stock. Now, you have to understand this, especially if you're a newer investor. Wall Street always knows before you do. Okay? Every single time, Wall Street is going to get the news before you do. So the price action of a stock tells you what you need to know most of the time. If you wake up and a stock is up over 10% on no news and it's really an outlier, like the markets are just not like super bullish, IWM barely green today, NASDAQ's up a little bit, S&P's up a little bit, but it's not like a huge risk on day. Like, Rezolve is an outlier here today. That means to me, 9 times out of 10, something big is coming. Some big news is coming. We just don't know about it yet. Okay? Like Citadel, for an example. They own 7% of the company. They probably know exactly why Rezolve is up 13% right now. And it's pretty volatile. You're above that 350 level. There was a lot of sell orders. There was like a wall of resistance, if you will, around 350. You want to close above 350. And again, anything's possible. But you do want to close above 350. And we have a lot of volume here today as well. Like, it is around, noon, 1 o'clock right now. And the volume is already 14.5 million. Like, that's more than most trading days. That's triple the volume that you had yesterday. This is not happening for no reason. There is news behind this. We just do not know of it yet. And when that news comes out, the stock is likely going to explode even higher. As we've talked about before, the technicals on this stock have dramatically improved. You're, again, just at a waiting moment for a larger move higher. And honestly, a break into the 4s looks likely at this point. Now, what you also need to know today is short sellers are covering on a lot of their short positions. Okay. You have 779,000 shares today that are being covered. Again, yesterday's volume was 5 million. So this would compare to like 20% of yesterday's volume. This is a lot for a stock like Rezolve. You have return shares of 2.3 million, essentially covered shares, and borrowed shares of 1.52 million, essentially, shares being sold short. Okay, you have a utilization of 94.95%. So it's very hard to get your hands on shares to short in this company. So utilization this high is pretty much a green light for a short squeeze. Let's look at something, again, like Apple, okay? Look at the shorts. Look at utilization. It's at 0.31%. 0.31%. That means there is ample shares available to short. Okay? Ample shares. Like, no issues there. Rezolve, 94.95%. Now, short squeezes don't happen for no reason, okay? You have to get some kind of news, right, to actually get short sellers to cover. Shorts don't cover just for no reason. That's what we're missing here, is the reason for the big rally. And dude, the stock is exploding, okay? Look at that. That's ridiculous. Okay, now you're up 16%. Okay, on the day. It's there's no rhyme or reason to this. Okay, and I will circle back to the short interest thing in just a moment. But I'd like to look at like StockTwits, because I understand this company is not really well known by retail investors. Like, if you have a retail investor base, sometimes you can just get these days where volume spikes and people get a little bit more bullish, right? For no reason, no rhyme or reason, okay? You go to StockTwits, message volume is normal at 48. Yesterday, it was normal at 47. Sentiment is neutral at 54. Yesterday, it was neutral at 45. So sentiment's a little bit better. Obviously, the stock is up a lot today. Participation ratio is low at 32. This is not like a retail-driven day, okay? There is something happening with the company. There is some piece of big news waiting to come out. This could come out in after hours today. Okay? I need you to be very ready for that. Within the next couple of days, I would say, but most likely in the next 24 hours, there's going to be some big news that comes out. Okay? This is shady shit that's going on. I call it shady. It's not technically, but it's kind of shady, because Wall Street, they're getting the news before us. They know exactly, again, why the stock is up 15.5% today. Now, we'll circle back to what's happening from the short position side, okay? Look at this. Since on July 29th, so not that long ago, like a month ago, the cost to borrow rate, if you wanted to short Rezolve, was about 75%. Today, it's 262%. Now, what does cost to borrow mean? Well, it means if you want to lend out your stock for short sellers to short, you're going to get paid a lot of interest. Cost to borrow, 262%. The average cost to borrow rate, 269%. What that means is the holders of Rezolve, the people that would actually lend out stock, most of the time it's hedge funds and institutions, they think the stock could go through a 270% move. So they want to be compensated for that. If you want to short the stock, they want to be compensated for the move higher that the stock could see, okay? And for the risk that could be involved if you sell their stock and you're unable to buy it back, okay? They want to be compensated for that. So the higher the cost to borrow, the more prone a stock is to a short squeeze, the larger the expected move. If you guys recall during like 2021 and when stocks were going crazy, you routinely seen cost to borrow fees in the hundreds of percent ranges. Okay, that's because people were expecting big moves on those stocks. Now, these shares out on loan has went from about 9 million to 30 million. That is up 324% in the last couple of months. Again, somebody is expecting something to happen. Short interest went from 3.35 million shares in the last 3 months, up 206% to 10.26 million shares. Short interest of free float went from 3% to 8.66%. Okay. The dollar amount sold short went from 6 million to 32 million. So you've seen this explosion of, short interest, which it's still only 8.66%. Like, it's not a heavily shorted stock at all, but it is up a lot. Now, days to cover, also another important metric. A month ago, it was at 0.56, meaning to cover the entire short position, it would only take a half a day's worth of volume. Now it's at 1.14 days. So it's going to take a lot more. In essence, what's going on today? If you want the honest opinion, what's happening today is you've seen a lot of short sellers start to short the stock in the last 3 months. And now there's big news that is coming out or will be coming out. But Wall Street is tipped off on that first. They say, hey, before we release this news that could cause the stock to, let's say, theoretically double, this is the news, cover on your short position. Okay? It's shady shit. Let's be honest. It's shady. Wall Street, they're always going to get the heads up. Okay? Now, I think it's good if you're an investor in Rezolve, like, you're fine either way, but it is shady in that perspective that Wall Street operates this way. It's not just Rezolve. I've seen this in almost every company, like, whether it's Tesla or Nvidia, it doesn't matter. Like, if you see a stock outperforming like this, just for no given reason, no news, Wall Street's being tipped off. Okay. Now, option activity today from hedge funds and institutions. You have one trade. It is a September 18th, 350 call worth $31,000 with a break even here of about $3.95. So not a whole lot of crazy large trades from hedge funds and institutions in the options market. Again, it's a lower price stock. Shares make more sense. Volume today, expiring September 19th, is 93.75% calls and 6.25% puts. Okay, let's blow this up a little bit and see what we're looking at here, okay? So you have open interest. You have a lot of open interest at the $5 call. You have volume today of 2,000. So lots of activity there. But besides that, there's not a lot of activity on the options chain. Why? Because institutions are buying shares. A lot of retail likes to buy options, and retail just doesn't know that this company exists, okay? I think after a day like today, you could start to get more attention from retail investors, that's for sure. But as of now, this is like a Wall Street playground, okay? It's not a big retail playground. Now, there is some news today, which it's funny. It's not news, but Rezolve AI launches Rezolve Search IQ, an AI-powered enterprise search to end costly knowledge hunts for companies. This is a different company. Even I was fooled at first. I had to look into this a little bit more. But Rezolve AI is a different company than Rezolve AI. Okay? Different company. But sounds like good news. Now, that news came out yesterday. I don't think that is what is affecting the stock today. Now, this is Rezolve AI Ltd. The options are implying a 19.3% move in share price post-earnings. It says pre-earnings options volume in Rezolve AI Ltd. is normal, with calls leading puts 19-2. Yeah, that's not normal, okay? So for every 19 calls, there's 2 puts. That's pretty abnormal. That is over 90% positive options volume. That is very much not normal. Okay. Now, again, here's the deal. We don't have an earnings date actually confirmed for Rezolve. We don't know when the earnings are going to be. In the email we got from the company, it should be some point in October. That's where we're going to get like an updated full year guidance, probably a guidance for next year. And then in 2026, they should resume with like quarterly earnings. Okay. Honestly, I think Rezolve kind of understands that they need to update investors more often. The whole bi-yearly thing is not going to fly. Okay. And there's been a lot of people that have even been angry in the last video that I posted on this channel about Rezolve that, the earnings date, which was never confirmed but estimated on Robinhood twice in the last week, didn't happen. Okay, so I think we might not get like an earnings call, but we're probably going to get an update to the business in the next 24 to 48 hours. That is most likely what is causing this move today. And as I've said to the guys in the and gals in the trading community, link down below in the description of this video if you want to join that, check it out. We're going out investing in these small cap AI stocks before Wall Street, realizes the opportunity. We were invested in this before Citadel bought their 7% stake in the company. For an example, like we're going to be the first ones there. We're going to be early. We're going to be the first ones there, and we're going to be waiting. Okay. That's the deal, like with Rezolve here. But again, short sellers don't just wake up one day and decide to cover. A stock just doesn't go up 19% for no reason. Okay. And I don't know where things are going to hash out by the end of the day, but I mean, the stock's up almost 20% now. You don't get a 20% move for no reason. Okay. And a 20% move for quote unquote no reason really means there's some big good news coming. That's what that means. When it happens, what it is, who knows? But something big is coming for this company. And honestly, it's probably a very large guidance raise. Now, we know Rezolve should be break even at about 90 million in ARR. They're on track to target over 100 million in ARR by the end of this year. That was the prior guidance that we had. So maybe they come out with guidance of like 200 million by the end of this year, something like that. They should be profitable. Although they did just start or just launch the professional services division of Rezolve, like consulting different companies. There's a lot of that's kind of an umbrella term, and we can go over what they're targeting a little bit more in depth in the next video. Highly profitable business venture, very competitive, okay, I will say that, but a very large total addressable market. That is more capital intensive. So maybe, their break even's higher than 90 million now. That could be one of the downsides, but it definitely looks to me like a bit of a guidance raise is likely in store here. So let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Again, you want to close above 350 today. If you get a close above 350, that's a great sign because you had a lot of sell orders at 350, a lot of shorting pressure at 350, and stock's at $3.68, 69 cents right now, up almost 19%. Yeah, there's something coming soon. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on Rezolve, what you think this news is, why the stock is going up like this today. Let me know your opinions because honestly, again, there's no right or wrong answer judging off of today. Just in my experience, this doesn't happen for no reason. We just don't know the reason yet because Wall Street is shady as hell. So again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Check out that link down below in the description of this video. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.